theme of this conference could not have been more appropriate. Improving domestic revenue mobilization, a consultative and inclusive approach. For those of us who have been students and practitioners of economics, the issue of domestic revenue mobilization is as old as the subject. For those of us who are in development economics, for example, every textbook that you read on development economics about the challenges of development, one of the issues, a regular issue in the textbook would be the challenges of domestic revenue mobilization. Why developing countries are not able to mobilize enough revenue to finance their development. And when you don't mobilize enough revenue to finance your development, it means you have to generate the revenue or the resources elsewhere. You end up borrowing to finance your development. And so it has been very, very much an issue. In the 2002 Monterey Consensus was all about the domestic revenue mobilization. Mr. Chairman, many developing countries have found it difficult to reach high levels of domestic revenue mobilization because their economies are characterized by a number of features. If you look at many developing economies and societies, there is a major problem of identification of individuals uniquely across the country. They don't have functioning address systems. If you cannot identify somebody and you don't know where they live, how can you tax them? Or if they don't pay their taxes, how can you even find them? There's indiscipline. There's corruption, lawlessness, inefficient government bureaucracy. These are characteristics of many countries where you have this major challenge of domestic revenue mobilization. Inefficient government bureaucracy. Active non-compliance with taxes. People just find ways to avoid taxes. You can enter a shop and you have two books. Do you want to pay VAT or you don't want to pay VAT? If you want to pay VAT, you get one receipt book. If you don't want to pay VAT, you get a different receipt book. There's also the cash dominance in our payment system. So when you have a lot of cash transactions in many developing countries, they are very difficult to track and therefore to tax. Then there's an issue related, which is the issue of financial exclusion, where you have many, many people within the developing economies without access to bank accounts. And so they are left out of the financial system. And again, that means you cannot track transactions of these individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, for these developing countries that we are talking about, in the presence of these characteristics of no identity, no functioning address system, corruption, inefficient government, bureaucracy, non-compliance with taxes, dominance of cash payments, and financial exclusion, in the presence of these characteristics, you can have as many tax laws or tax increases as you want, but you are unlikely to achieve the goals of a significant increase in domestic revenue mobilization. Unfortunately, rather than addressing these shortcomings, the focus of economic management in many developing countries, including Ghana, the focus of economic management in many developing countries since independence has been on crisis management as a result of factors such as the collapse in commodity prices, increase in oil prices, debt unsustainability, macro instability, and so on. Governments have by and large not focused on these underlying features and characteristics that make the mobilization of domestic revenue difficult. We have been independent since 1957. When did we start really issuing national ID cards? But we've known the problem since independence. Our goal as a government on the assumption of office was to quickly transform our economy by leveraging on technological innovations as a means to leapfrog the development process, overcome legacy problems, improve both economic and public sector governance. And this is why, we have focused on digitalization to build this new system and to build this machinery that can address this issue of domestic revenue mobilization. You need to have a machinery that is integrated, that addresses these shortcomings that I just listed. And that will help you deal with domestic revenue mobilization. When I started focusing on this problem and this fundamental issue, but there were many who did not quite understand. They thought I had, in fact, abandoned economics and was now concerned about digitization. But in fact, the heart of economics and the heart of domestic revenue mobilization and other aspects of the economy lies with digitalization. So we proceeded to do a number of things to build this machinery. On coming into office, we quickly moved with the issuance of biometric national ID cards, the Ghana card, to the population. And so far, we've registered over 16 million people on the NIA register. And the Ghana card, with the Ghana card, the identity of people, even dead people, can be established using their fingerprints. To solve the problem of a lack of a working address system in Ghana, we leveraged on GPS technology to implement the digital address system for Ghana, capturing every square inch of land in Ghana. In the process, the Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority, LUSPA, has identified and provided unique addresses to 7.5 million properties in Ghana, along with street names and house numbers, both in villages and in towns. And the process of affixing address plates to these properties is ongoing. When you look at the data, we had only about 9% of all properties in Ghana paying property tax. Just about 9%. The remaining 91% are not paying. But you don't have the data to be able to enforce payment. You don't even know. But now, because of the digital property address system that we have put in place, we now have a virtually complete set of data of these 7.5 million properties. And this is going to form a solid database for property rate collection, which we expect to kick into action very much soon. Ladies and gentlemen, our implementation of mobile money interoperability has made it possible to transfer money seamlessly across different money mobile money providers, and between bank accounts and mobile wallets. Today, because of mobile money interoperability, you can transfer money from a customer of one mobile money service provider to a customer of a different mobile money service provider, and also make payments from your mobile money account into any bank account, and you can receive payments from any bank account into your mobile money account. You can also receive remittances from abroad directly onto your mobile phone without the need to go to a bank, or we used to go to Western Union money transfer for those. Because the mobile money account performs just like a bank account as a result of the interoperability, today over 90% of Ghanaians, adults, have bank accounts or mobile money accounts that function like bank accounts. So Ghana, as a result of the implementation of mobile money interoperability, has practically solved the problem of financial exclusion. And this is a problem that has existed with us since independence. I should note that Ghana is the first country in Africa and one of the few in the world to achieve this type of interoperability between bank accounts and mobile money wallets. The data shows that because of mobile money interoperability, Ghana is the fastest growing mobile money market in Africa. At the end of 2016, the total cumulative value of mobile money transactions was 78.5 billion Ghana cedis. Following mobile money interoperability, the total cumulative value of mobile money transactions has reached 978 billion Ghana cedis in 2021. This is a 12-fold increase. And today, the payment systems we have put in place has made it very easy today to open a traditional bank account. For many banks, anybody can open a bank account remotely through their mobile phone without even visiting the branch or filling any forms. Clients need only a national ID card, the Ghana card. You get there, you put in the Ghana card number, and your account is open for you because they have all the KYC they need on the Ghana card. So we are addressing the issue of financial exclusion. We've addressed the issue of identity, of addresses. We have also addressed the issue of financial exclusion by making sure people are able to have bank accounts. Our approach, ladies and gentlemen, to improving the delivery of public services is to minimize human contact as much as possible. Therefore, we embarked on an aggressive digitalization of the processes of service delivery across many public institutions with coordination from my office. You look at the passport office, for example, with digitalization, the average turnaround time for the acquisition of passports has significantly reduced. And today you can apply for your passport from your home, and it can be delivered by courier to your home at your digital address. And the digitalization of the passport application process has really resulted in a major increase in the number of passports processed annually, as well as an increase in revenue to the passport office and the government. In 2017, the passport office processed 16,232 passports applications, and the revenue they made in 2017 was 1.1 million Ghana cedis. Following digitization, in 2021, the same office received and processed 498,963 online passport applications, from 16,000 to 498,000. And the revenue they made went up from 1.1 million to 56.7 million Ghana cedis. So digitization by taking away the Goro boys has dealt a severe blow to corruption and has also increased the revenue. We've seen the same process of digitalization at the ports with the implementation of paperless ports, and that has reduced the layers and simplified the process and reduced the time needed to clear goods and avenues for corruption and increase the efficiencies and revenue mobilization at the port. Customs revenue, as Mr. Amishadai will tell you, has increased, and digitalization has also reduced corruption. The DVLA also offers two traditional services, the driver's licensing and vehicle registration services. And these services have been fully digitalized, and with digitalization of the driver's licenses in 2019, DVLA experienced an improvement in service, an increase in service by 109% in 2020. So you have also seen revenues go up significantly. The DVLA generated an average revenue of 71.5 million in the 4-year period between 2013 and 2016 prior to digitization, compared to an average revenue of 168 million Ghana cedis in the 4 years between 2017 and 2020 with digitalization. And I'm sure my brother and friend, Dr. Ali Nacha, will be happy to know that we are actually in the process of integrating the Ghana card with the DVLA. And hopefully before the end of this year, that work will be complete, because you are right, it's a major source of revenue. The National Insurance Commission has also implemented the motor insurance database, and the objective of the motor insurance database is to curb the menace of vehicles with fake motor insurance stickers plying our roads and thus endangering lives. With the motor insurance database, we are able to tell, even as members of the public, whether a vehicle is insured or not. We just dial a USSD code *920 *57#, and we follow the instructions, and we'll tell whether this vehicle is insured or not. Of course, the police can also do exactly the same thing to find out. So you cannot have fake insurance stickers. If you are caught, you can easily be found out. But we've seen the value of business undertaken by the industry going up from 566 million to 2.3 billion between 2017 and 2021. Of course, these increases in revenues business result in increases in revenue for government. Ladies and gentlemen, to make it easy to access government services, government also launched the Ghana.gov portal. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Ghana clearly, as the keynote, the main speaker, should I say, for the occasion, Dr. Ali Nakir has said, Ghana has a major challenge in the area of domestic revenue mobilization. The tax to GDP ratio of around 13.5% compared to 27% for South Africa and 34% for the advanced OECD countries. And as he mentioned, when we came into office, only 4% of the adult population had tax identification numbers. So broadening the tax net is therefore very imperative. And in this regard, a number of digital initiatives were put in place, and to really increase the number of people with tax identification numbers, we just did something very simple. We took the decision to designate the Ghana card number as the TIN number. So in just designating the Ghana card number as the TIN number, we're able to increase the number of people, the proportion of adults registered with tax identification numbers from 4% to 86%, as was said. The SNIT, the NHIS, the TIN, the passport, controller and accountant general, and so on are being linked to the NIA database. So today your SNIT number is your Ghana card number, your TIN number is your Ghana card number, your NHIS number is your Ghana card number, and very soon your driver's license will be your Ghana card number as well. The integration of the databases is allowing us to successfully weed out ghost workers on payroll. A biometric audit of the National Service Scheme payroll found 14,027 ghost workers and saved Ghana 112 million Ghana cedis annually. Just a few weeks ago, or less than 2 weeks ago, an audit of the Controller and Accountant General payroll found 553 workers with multiple identities. Some had 2 identities, they were receiving pay, and some had 3 identities, the same person. So I said, I have not seen ghosts who are twins or triplets. But we also found 148,000 workers whose biometrics did not match any on the national ID database. So we are doing the second order vetting of the 148,000 people to make sure that we can explain why maybe they didn't just register, and we'll see. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, many people, including highly educated people, find the process of filing taxes complex. The question at hand, which was asked before, is how do we get the 86% of adults who now have TIN numbers to pay taxes? To make it easier and less cumbersome to file taxes. In fact, at one of our economic management team meetings, we had market women from Makola, because we're trying to drill down on some of these issues in terms of people trying to, how easy it is for people to file taxes. What was interesting from the market women, they were very clear that they were in fact very willing to pay the taxes. But they were very concerned that the people who came to collect the taxes pocketed the money and didn't bring it to government. That was their biggest concern. So they were saying that, can't we have a very simple way where they could pay the taxes directly on their mobile phones to government and receive receipts so that they will not get any hassle? And therefore, I challenged the GRA. I think, Amishadai, you must have been at that meeting. I challenged the GRA to come up with a simple system to enable ordinary people to file and pay taxes using their mobile phones. The Domestic Tax Revenue Division of the GRA took up this challenge, and with its digitalization drive, it demystifies the tax compliance process with education campaigns and improving transparency in its tax administration by giving the taxpayer a self-service portal. Now this enables, with the self-service portal, any taxpayer can view their balances on the ledger, that is your tax position at any point in time, whether you are compliant or not. That portal, you can also get reminders on due dates for payments of tax. You can file all your tax returns and get tax credits when one suffers a withholding tax. This would also afford employees the chance to monitor the correctness of their income taxes deducted and paid by their employees. These online platforms, the Taxpayers Portal and its tax app, is available on Google and also on Apple Play Store. The Taxpayers Portal is available on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. These platforms, of course, have been built by Ghanaian IT service providers. And so as a taxpayer, you will no longer need to join long queues in tax offices to pay taxes. Simply go on the Ghana.gov platform or any of your commercial banks of choice. As at July 2022, a total of 847,597 tax returns had been filed online. So I want to take this opportunity to encourage all Ghanaian citizens, the adults in particular, to download the Ghana Taxpayers app. I think this is an app that you should just have on your mobile phone. If you don't have it, when you leave here, go and download the Ghana Taxpayers app. It's on Google and Apple stores. Alternatively, you can visit www.taxpayersportal.com for the web browser. So you can do it on your mobile phone or on the web. And all you require to sign up on this portal is your Ghana card number. That's all you require to sign up, for citizens or non-citizens. And if you are a business entity, especially for our small business people and our informal sector businesses, the tax identification number for entities is what you need. So you either need your Ghana card number, which also works for individuals as your TIN number, or for business entities, your TIN number. For the purpose of promoting tax compliance, the Commissioner General has maintained a system of tax clearing certificates in accordance with Sections 10 and 11 of the Revenue Administration Act. This process of obtaining the tax clearance certificate has been done manually with the issuance of a handwritten certificate over years. It has, however, been characterized with delays in the issuance by GRA, challenges in verifying genuine tax clearance certificates by recipients, and the use of fake tax clearance certificates, alleged malpractices of some tax officials, amongst others. So it is against this background and the problems associated with obtaining tax clearance certificates that I directed the leadership of the GRA to automate the process of obtaining a tax clearance certificate. And I am glad to announce to you today that this process has been completed and will go live in October this year. This is how it will work for you to get your automated tax clearance certificate. You log into your taxpayer portal, make sure you have your Ghana card number to log in. You apply for the tax clearance certificate online. The system will do the background check to ensure that there are no outstanding tax returns and payments, and then issue to successful applicants an electronic tax clearance certificate. It will issue you the tax clearance certificate on your mobile phone. The electronic copy of the tax clearance certificate can also be sent to whoever, the third party that has requested the tax clearance certificate, and unsuccessful applicants will be served with the reasons why their application has not been successful. And it's usually maybe you are not up to date with your tax filing. But if you are not up to date, you can just go and then file online and pay, and then you'll get it. The automations of repetitive tasks, these repetitive tasks are aimed at reducing the discretionary use of powers and its attendant corruption or alleged corruption by public officials while promoting voluntary compliance, and friendly taxpaying environment. So from the foregoing, it is evident that the issue of fake tax clearance certificates will be a thing of the past. Delays will be eliminated, and there will be enhanced transparency through the automatic verification and electronic issuance of the tax clearance certificate to the taxpayer and the requesting institution. For those who don't have a smartphone, those who have a YAM phone, you are not left out. We will also have a USSD code that allows every Ghanaian to check on their tax compliance status by dialing star 899 star 42 hash, star 899 star 42 hash, and you will be able to know whether you are tax compliant or not. All Ghanaian entities are therefore encouraged to check their tax compliant status. On this one, I really have to congratulate Reverend Dr. Amishadai. He's done so well. He's worked. I've given them a lot of pressure, but he's really done so well with his team at the GRA, and we have completed this work, and you can not only file your tax online by October, which is just in another couple of months, you will have the automated tax clearance certificates and so on. I must add that this is not just being done for the sake of technology. We are doing this to be able to raise revenue. So yes, it is nice for everybody to be able to do this. But I must add that given that we have now made it easy for anybody to file taxes and pay their taxes, from next year, many public services will require the presentation of tax clearance certificates before the services are rendered. This will enhance compliance and therefore will enhance domestic revenue mobilization. I see that there are not many smiles. But we have to find a way to make people comply, right? Yeah, so if you go to apply for a driver's license and they say, where is your tax clearance certificate? You have to present it. Or a birth certificate, or something like that. It will, I'm sure the list will be. And now many public services will require, I think, the presentation, because it's not difficult to do, you can do it on your mobile phone and all of that, so that everybody, we are not just going to say, oh, go and comply voluntarily. If you want public services, you will have to file your taxes and get a tax clearance certificate to show that, so that we can have a major impact and not be at the 13.5% when our neighbors, our contemporaries are 20% and OECD are 34% of tax to GDP. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are laying the groundwork and building a machinery for domestic revenue mobilization. We've addressed some of the major challenges that are there for domestic revenue mobilization: identity, address system, financial inclusion, making sure that the properties can be identified and we can tax them, and all of that. And then the ability of people to actually file easily and pay taxes easily. All of this is coming together. I think we are getting there, and I believe that in another year or two, the landscape will be very different. We have made a lot of progress. We've gotten to a place where we haven't been able to get to since independence. And this is why I believe, and I am very optimistic, that the future for Ghana in the area of domestic revenue mobilization is a very bright one. We've put in place the machinery. Mr. Chairman, on this note, I wish you a successful conference. and wish all our foreign participants a pleasant stay in Ghana, which is the most peaceful country in West Africa and the second most peaceful country in Africa. I thank you for your attention. God bless us all.